H. Hugman, native San Antonio, returning to San Antonio in 1928 after studying architecture. This was a few years after the worst of the floods, and people were some floods had struck in 1921, and people were sincerely talking about paving over the natural bend of the San Antonio River as it meanders its way to the heart of the city. But young Mr. Hugman, he too posed the idea of paving over any part of the water. Custis also added his voice to those attempting to preserve the area. Upon his own initiative, Mr. Hugman did design a master plan for the river. It included buildings, bridges, walks, benches, lights, and waterway features that combined old world charm with the natural beauty of the area itself. He personally designs every single detail of a plan, from the pattern in the sidewalk to a gadget that changes the light bulbs and the light fixtures, which can be purchased at Home Depot these days. Mr. Hugman envisioned development that does include everything we see here, this fine Texan-American San Antonio day, stores, restaurants, and apartments, alive with people and activities, a landscaped area that was a world apart just a flight below, busy downtown city streets. Drawn up looking to the corner right side of the boat upon the Clinton building is the historic downtown riverfront office of Robert H. Hugman, architect. This whole entire area may never ever had existed as it does appear, had it been for the return of his native San Antonio to San Antonio in 1928. Robert Harold Harvey Hugman, often referred to as the father of the Riverwalk because he often fondly referred to the river as his baby, hence the nickname Father of the Riverwalk. On the right side of the boat is Casa Rio. This is the first restaurant on the river right here, 1946. You know, they still make up and serve a great tasty tomato, jalapeno, onion, and cilantro salsa here. It is delicious and nutritious, and I'm not being facetious. If you like good Mexican food, like I like good Mexican food, and you find yourself dining right here in Casa Rio, by all means, try the salsa. Try the salsa. Hey, do me a favor and try the salsa. It's delicious and nutritious. What are you waiting for? And don't add salt to salsa in case you don't know, because salt intensifies the heat of salsa, unless you like it like that. And if you're one of these people who says, well, I really can't eat spicy food because it causes me indigestion, but some folks say that the problem with that is because you're not drinking enough water in order to properly metabolize that food stuff that you're consuming. Yeah, try drinking a little more water. Now we're going to take a left turn off the natural bed of the river now into what's known as the man-made extension. This area we're about to enter was excavated from street level in 66-68 and is 3 foot deep upon entry and throughout. Reflecting upon this area river before us, we started the year 1929. We see 1929 San Antonio was caught up in the midst of a major building boom. Later that year, 1929, the U.S. stock market suddenly crashes and the building boom in downtown San Antonio come to a abrupt halt. The downtown area would not fully recover for nearly 40 years. The first step to move the downtown area recovery started out as an idea that began to formalize back in 1958. The solution would be an international exposition. The event would become known as Hemisphere. They play on words from the original title of the event, which was Hemisphere World's Fair. San Antonio is planning to host the Americas, Mexico, Canada, and all other countries who share the side of the globe, San Antonio exclusively. And Hemisphere was planned to kick off April 1968. So from 1958 until 1968, the downtown area's revived can-do spirit stayed the course and succeeded and accomplished a goal that brought international attention to San Antonio and an estimated 7 million people visiting the Alamo City. During the year, the Alamo City was also celebrated as 250th anniversary of the city, 1968. Yeah, the finished fairgrounds, completed man-made extension, as well as the adjoining convention center extension, and a slew of new hotels and restaurants opening up throughout the city of San Antonio, suddenly providing everything needed for a successful San Antonio tourist and convention destination. That is the significance of the area of the river that we're in right now that is commonly referred to today as the man-made extension, and what it does still mean to the downtown San Antonio, Texas area to this very day. Any questions? I only have so many answers. Drawn up past this bridge, this tree here, you see it from underneath the bridge, look to the right side of the boat past the tree, and you see a giant spire up there jutting up into the sky. There it is. That's the Tower of the Americas up there. That's more than 600 feet up into the air, constructed in 1968. The bottom level's a rotating restaurant, does a 360 in an hour's time. Top level's a non-rotating outdoor observation deck. offering views up to 16 miles around. That restaurant up there does rotate. It is a fantastic way to see the 7th largest city in the United States, 2nd largest city in the state of Texas. This is all area-wise. San Antonio spans a range of 364 square miles in south-central Texas, running up to the edge of the Texas Hill Country and dropping down to the Gulf Central Plains. Our population is found to be at about 1.3 million people. As far as the largest cities in the state of Texas are concerned land-wise, it's Houston, San Antonio, and Dallas. Now we're taking a left turn into what's known as the River Center extension, excavated from street level here back in 88. It's 3 foot deep for the construction of River Center Mall. We're going to see this mall be on that second footbridge there before us. It's still 3 foot deep. You know, the other day I heard this story about this guy. He walks into town for the very first time with his 5-year-old son. They get into town, and the little boy he sees these 2 extremely bow-legged cowboys standing around. And his excitement, he exclaims, "Papa,